Have you ever heard a seemingly true historical fact only to be surprised to find out that it wasn't accurate? It can feel disheartening when we think we know something about history and it turns out to be false. Luckily, through research and discovery, historians are constantly uncovering new information that helps bring clarity to the past. In this video, we will cover 10 popular facts about history which actually aren't true, part of a pursuit for knowledge that is as amusing as it is enlightening. So if you're curious about what myths have been debunked by examining historic records and hard evidence, keep watching, this one's for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to About History, where you'll find everything you need to know about some of the most interesting and astonishing facts about historical events. If you're not already, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell when we post more amazing videos like this in the future, and here we go. Number 10, Albert Einstein didn't fail math. Albert Einstein was a scientific genius from an early age and had no difficulty with math in school. By the time he was 12, he had already begun reading advanced texts on mathematics and science, a testament to his intellect and learning prowess. Contrary to popular belief, Albert Einstein did not fail math at any point in his life. Instead, his natural talent for understanding complex concepts quickly led him to become one of the world's most renowned scientists. Number 9. George Washington didn't have wooden teeth. George Washington suffered from chronic dental pain throughout his adult life, resulting in him relying on dentures. His dentures were made of a variety of materials, such as human and animal teeth, ivory, and gold wires. The false belief that Washington's dentures were composed of wooden teeth has persisted due to the primitive denture-making techniques employed at the time. Despite this misconception, Washington was one of the first presidents to utilize advanced dental care and treatments in an effort to address his struggles with dental pain. Number 8. Paul Revere never yelled, "The British are coming." Paul Revere's legendary midnight ride was not to yell "The British are coming," as widely believed, but rather to inform the colonial militia of the British Army's imminent march. He warned locals that the regulars are coming out, referring to the soldiers sent by Britain. His mission was vital in order for local militias to be prepared for the battle against this threat. Though his famous warning has been remembered throughout history, the original phrase he used was actually a much more subdued version of what is now believed. Number 7. Marie Antoinette didn't say "let them eat cake." The statement "let them eat cake" is famously attributed to Marie Antoinette, but she did not actually utter the phrase. Written by Jean-Jacques Rousseau before the Queen even set foot in France, the quote became ascribed to her due to her reputation for indulgent spending and luxurious lifestyle. This caused her to be looked down upon by many French citizens, making her a convenient target for the misattributed quote. Consequently, it has become one of the most enduring historical misconceptions about Marie Antoinette. Number 6. Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't short. Napoleon Bonaparte was far from short, standing at 5 feet 7 inches in modern measurements, a full 2 inches above the average height of the time. Despite this fact, British propaganda disparaged him as such, attempting to undermine his reputation. Napoleon carried himself with an aura of poise and assurance, exuding confidence and inspiring loyalty among his contemporaries. His impressive stature was only one quality that set him apart. He also had great political acumen and military prowess which earned him admiration even among his enemies. Many consider Napoleon to be one of history's most influential figures, certainly a testament to how far he rose despite being underestimated by others. Number 5. The Pilgrims didn't host the first Thanksgiving. Contrary to popular belief, the Pilgrims were not the first to host a Thanksgiving celebration. While the Plymouth colonists did hold days of Thanksgiving before and after the harvest of 1621, there is evidence that other groups had similar celebrations during earlier times. For example, in 1598, Spanish conquistador Juan de Oñate held a Thanksgiving ceremony in New Mexico. Similarly, English settlers held what was likely an unrecognized version of Thanksgiving as early as 1619 in Virginia. Number 4. Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. Christopher Columbus did not discover America. While he did lead the first recorded European expedition that explored and documented the New World in 1492, he never set foot on what is now the United States mainland. Rather, Columbus's voyages marked the start of centuries of colonization and exploitation of native populations. This later included the 17th century arrival of English settlers to Jamestown, Virginia and Pilgrims to Plymouth, Massachusetts. Ultimately, it was these groups who were responsible for permanently settling what would eventually become modern-day America. Number 3. Vikings didn't wear horned helmets. While it is a popular image that has been seen in films, television shows and other media, there is no archaeological evidence to support this notion. In fact, Norse artifacts from the period of 800 to 1100 AD show that Vikings typically wore cone-shaped metal helmets without horns. It appears that the misconception may have originated with illustrators during the 19th century who added horns to popularize their depictions of Vikings. Number 2. Cleopatra was an Egyptian. Cleopatra was not Egyptian. She descended from a long line of Greek rulers and was born into a Macedonian family that had controlled Egypt for centuries. Although she learned to speak Egyptian and adopted some of the local customs, she viewed herself as a Greek ruler and enjoyed the traditional privileges associated with her title. She forged political alliances between Egypt and other powerful nations like Rome to strengthen her own rule. She also supported various cultural projects within Egypt, such as supporting architecture and constructing temples. Number 1. Jewish slaves didn't build the pyramids. The myth that Jewish slaves built the pyramids of ancient Egypt is not supported by reliable evidence. Historians believe the pyramids were constructed by skilled Egyptian workers, possibly including those from the upper classes such as peasants and craftsmen. These laborers would have been paid for their work, rather than being forced into it. It is believed that it took around 30 years to build a single pyramid, with teams of workers working in shifts between harvest times. Estimates suggest that as many as 20,000 people could have been employed on each pyramid at a given time. As much as we know about world history and the lives of famous figures, there are still plenty of myths and misconceptions that circulate regularly. Through this video, we've debunked some of the most commonly shared historical truths, which prove to be nothing more than fables or tall tales. Some of these myths involved our favorite historic figures such as George Washington, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Marie Antoinette. But fear not, for all is now revealed. And that's all we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this video. If so, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and drop us a comment down below. Thanks for watching.